episode 13 of Fitness Fact or Fad, and today we're going to discuss whether protein powders are necessary in the fitness world or not. So we're going to start off with why protein. Protein is good for building muscle and maintaining muscle, which is usually the part that's forgotten. Our muscles are big chunks of protein that are constantly breaking down and building back up throughout each day. So when we train, our muscles break down and then afterwards they're rebuilding, so the next time we do that task or exercise, it's easier to do. So what's beneficial and helpful for this process is to have a high protein diet, which just means to have protein in each meal throughout every day. But again, what is often forgotten about is that we don't have to be training to see the benefits of eating more protein. So it's been shown that if we're bedridden or live a sedentary lifestyle, like we all are doing at the minute because of COVID, then a high protein diet helps reduce the muscle mass that we lose when we're not training. But that doesn't mean that we're going to gain muscle from not training. What it means is that we're going to maintain the muscle that we've got better than what we would do if we were to not train and not eat a high protein diet as well. So most will class a high protein diet as having about 100 grams of protein each day, which is just 30 to 40 grams in each meal. So say something like a chicken breast, that's 20 grams. If you have that with 100 grams of rice, that's about 10 grams. So put that together, you've got your 30 grams. But to get back onto the topic of protein powders, we're now going to talk about whether we actually need them or not. So protein powders are just another source of protein, just to help mix up a diet from the usual chicken and fish. They're also pretty convenient, so if we're stuck for time, they're easy to grab and you know that you're going to get your protein in there. So for example, if you don't have time to make eggs and bacon every morning, you could just make a protein shake, have it on its own, or pour it on your cereal, or have it with some oats as well. But the next question would quite rightly be, which protein powder do we go for? There are many different types of protein powders out there. The most popular is whey, which is made of cow's milk, and the vegan alternative is usually made from rice, soy, oats, or peas. But what you probably noticed is that when it comes to buying a bag of protein, it's not as simple as buying a bag of whey or a bag of vegan, because there's lots of other names in there and it can just get a bit confusing. The three main names that there are is diet, isolate and gainer. Diet means that the powders had the carbs and fats stripped out of it, so it's less calories per scoop. So this is helpful if you're in a calorie deficit, but most of the time the amount of protein you get per scoop is reduced because of this. You also have the isolate protein, which is the same concept as the diet whey, where it's been put through loads of different filters, taken out all the carbs and fats, and it's kind of isolated that protein. I don't know why, but these ones usually stay high in protein per scoop. So yes, you have lower calories, but the amount of protein you get per scoop is usually higher than the diet ones. I don't know why that happens. And finally, you have the gaining powders, which are very much the opposite of the other two. So instead of removing the carbs and fats, they might actually add more in there. So you have more calories per scoop, which is helpful if you struggle to get enough calories each day. So in summary of that, are protein powders a fitness fact or fad? They are a fact. They are a pretty convenient way of increasing our protein, but saying that, they're not so necessary as such, because if you can get enough protein through having things like chicken, meat, fish and eggs, then you don't need to have a protein powder. But again, they just help mix up the diet and keep things interesting. So I get that was quite a lot of information for one video, but if you want to save it, refer back to it in the future, or send it to a friend, then go for it. If you do have any questions, just drop me a message, you know where I am. But yeah, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed it.